Stop moving others into your house after 40. Your kids are getting older. You are trying your best to manifest the life of your dreams. And here your kids come. Your kids want to come home. Maybe they want to bring their kids, and maybe they want to bring a partner in. But they can't. They're having trouble taking care of themselves. What do you do?
Welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth, the voice first podcast for women over 40 who've outgrown silence, settled energy, and sugar-coated healing. Here, we say what you've been thinking and finally tell the truth your soul's been waiting to hear. I'm your host, Natalie, and every week we unpack healing, holy wisdom, generational rewrites, and grown woman discernment. This isn't your average feel-good podcast. This is where truth turns sacred, softness becomes power, and women rise with clarity. Because sis, if your intuition is speaking, you don't need permission to listen. You're not crazy. You're just finally clear. You've been reading energy longer than they've been playing games.
Have I said no is a full sentence before? Well, let's get into that. Because here we have a truth teller today. Because hopefully we can handle this truth. And moving your adult children into your home is tough enough. And then moving them in with a partner can be excruciating. Excruciating. I can't tell you what to do, but I really don't think that it's something that we should do because it's hard enough. Even as our kids get older, even though we've raised them, they have their own ways of doing things and there can be a clash. So when they come home, we have to set rules with them because we have to ensure that they understand what our rules are. And most likely they won't stick around because they want to have their own rules. And the whole idea is just for them to come home, get a little bit of help and move on from there, right? And that's fine. But now when you're bringing someone else into the picture, you're bringing a girlfriend into the picture, which, like I said, no is a full sentence, but you do you. But listen to what a truth teller has to say here. What happened to her? If you're considering this, listen to what happened to her. She says, "Hi, everyone. I'm kind of in a unique position right now. Actually, I can imagine she's moved someone into her home and someone that she hasn't raised. Imagine that because you're now moving someone into your home you haven't raised. That's the other part I left out. My adult son, who I solely raised with his sister due to being a young widow, has been dating in a relationship with a girl who I literally despise. If she says she moved this girl into her home, I'm going to cry because you knew you didn't like her. So that's even worse. Like you don't like her, which means you're not getting along with her. And now maybe you're going to move her in. Let's see what she says. She lacks motivation, is messy, dirty, controlling, and physically extremely unattractive. Let's keep going. That's a whole mouthful there. You don't have anything in common with this person. You didn't raise her. She's dating your son. You don't like her. I had a wonderful life with my son prior to this relationship, but now it seems like it may be at the end. Oh, I'm sure. Because now he's in love, I'm sure. That only breaks my heart, but currently I'm more concerned about him and his future well-being. Her lease was running out back in March or so, and the current roommates she had were moving on in different directions, so she couldn't afford a new place by herself. And I made the fatal mistake of agreeing to let her stay with us until she got on her feet. Oh, look, did you hear that? I just heard, remember that show, well, the Gong Show, right? Where they would hit the gong, or there was another show where there was a buzzer, right? The buzzer would go off and it was like 3 strikes are out. I forget what it was. No. I didn't know her very well at that point. Why are we moving people into our homes that we don't know? I don't care if your son is dating her. I don't care if your son is dating this person. I don't care if your daughter's dating this person. You don't know them. You didn't raise them. And your adult child who's 25 is already probably a handful because you're trying to step into and have your life at this point in time, right? They're 25. You're trying to figure out who you are and what you want to do. My goodness. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. I didn't know her very well at that point, but we discussed it. I stated I could really use some help around the house from time to time, and thought maybe I'd get to know her better. Look, why did she have to move into your house for you to get to know her better? No, because when you get to know people in your house, you find out all the things you don't like. I mean, obviously this woman's a widow and maybe hasn't remarried, I assume. But we all know that even when you marry and then you move in with them, how difficult is that as you get to know each other's ups and downs and little quirks? It's hard. And you're moving someone into your house that you're not even romantically involved in. No, I honestly believe that it's a no. You know, when I moved at one time, I can remember my grandmother saying this. When I moved and I was moving to a particular place and she says, hey, when you go to this place, you're going to get 3 bedrooms. Everyone's going to move in with you. And I was like, no, they're not. And no, they haven't, because the answer is no. For your kids, you do what you got to do, right? But if your kid cannot take care of themselves, why are they then? Because obviously if they're living with you, it's because they still need help. Why would you take on someone else, another adult that needs help in your home? That's asking for trouble, I think. And maybe sometimes it can work out, depends on the person. But if you're looking for autonomy and you have a really good relationship with your child and you're helping them get together so they can move on, the last thing you need is, how can he help her? That's what I want to know. And I haven't even gone any further yet. You're helping him. Now he's bringing someone else that needs help. How is he going to help her? No, you're going to be the one helping her. And we're not signing up for that. Not at 40, not at 50. We are not doing it. I think it's a really dangerous thing to do. You have a child that can't take care of themselves. He's bringing in a girlfriend that can't take care of herself, or she's bringing in a boyfriend that can't take care of herself. Are you adopting a 25-year-old? And this whole idea that, you know what, you need help in the house. Like, you don't even know how these kids were raised, if they're raised to help around the house. Like, what makes you think? You're going to be picking up their laundry, you're going to be picking up their stuff, and you're just going to be frustrated. That's what I see. But let's continue. I just say no. No. Did I say hell no? No. All right, so let's go. We ultimately made an agreement for a very small amount of rent, and I'd be giving her the guest room. But instead, she simply threw some of her stuff in there and has since stayed in my son's room. Where was the boundary? No, why is she sleeping in your son's room? Was that the agreement? See, this is the thing. When we have people come to our house, we need to set boundaries. And if you were going to let her in, you need to have a boundary that, nope, she doesn't get to sleep in your son's room. But what did you think? She was dating him. Eventually, she was probably going to end up there. And let's go. I can't. I'm just like, oh, my heart is beating very hard right now. It's fluttering because I'm just like, There's so many things wrong here that I just don't know what to say. And this is all a product of probably being a people pleaser. She lost her husband at an early age and raised these kids, and she's probably done the best that she can. I'm not judging, but she's probably trying to give them anything that she can. But how about you? How about your peace? How about your peace, right? Okay, so she threw her stuff in there and has since stayed in my son's room the entire time. And she goes, whatever, he's old enough to navigate that himself if it bothered him. No, it's your house. It bothers you. He does not get to navigate that unless he has his own place, or unless that was the arrangement when she moved in. See, you can't let people move into your house and then make their own arrangement. I don't care who they are. I couldn't even move back into my mom's house and make my own arrangements. I would have to go. Just the way it is. It's her rules, her house, her rules. The bigger problems are things like all the rest of her things are simply thrown in my living room and not in any organized way, I may add. She doesn't clean up after herself. So far, this girl has not done anything that she was asked to do when she came there. She's not cleaning up after herself and has her clothes thrown in every part of her home. So what part of that was helpful? Now, this might be an extreme case, but I think not. I think that you're asking for it when you're moving other people into your home. She also treats this like it's a hotel room by using my dishes, cookware, and then just leaving it for me to clean up at a later time. Didn't she say at the beginning she was looking for help? Yeah, how'd that work out? It's not. It's not working out. Oh. Okay. In addition to using all my paper products, laundry detergent, etc., at the very last minute, as she was moving in, she brings 2 cats into my house. Where are the boundaries? Why did she get to do this? Why was this not a rule? See, this is why I'm bringing this to you today. You can't handle the truth, because these are some truths that we have to tell ourselves. This is why I talk about boundaries, 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 and finding your voice on my channel, because this is the type of stuff that happens when you don't have boundaries, when you don't set boundaries, and when you don't use your voice. People just walk all over you. Mind you, I don't have any pets, nor was I interested in having any. Well, so how did some stranger just get to walk up in your house and bring 2 pets when you don't want any? I talked with my son privately about most of these issues early on. I knew he'd be upset. Upset? No, if he's upset, he can go rent an apartment and go take care of her in an apartment. I don't understand. I knew he'd be upset if I addressed it directly with her, as I'm pretty blunt and direct. It's your house. You get to be blunt and direct. And I'm sorry, if someone comes to stay with you and they're not following your rules and you need to be blunt and direct, then that's what you need to do. I'm not saying be mean, but you need to be blunt and direct. I don't care who they are. The problem becomes when you blurred the line and you didn't set the boundary, right? It gets harder to be blunt and direct. But if there were rules that you set initially, then this should not be a problem. See, I would not go to a friend's house and overtake their house with all my stuff, and then when they said something to me about it, be mad. Then I need to get out. Oh, he claimed he'd talked to her, and I don't even know if this ever happened, but nothing has changed. We talked several other times and with the same results. Eventually, I couldn't take having her continue to leech off me while simultaneously destroying my home and my peace. See, she gave up her peace daily, and told him it wasn't working out and she needed to find somewhere else to live. He didn't take this well, and he asked me for more time so they could figure things out. I didn't agree or disagree. I simply reiterated that she had to go. She's got to go. She works at a coffee shop part-time while he started his career already, so there's a significant financial gap between them as well. She got fired, so he is starting his career and she's helping him get off. And now this girl doesn't have a career, but he wants to bring her in so his mom can take care of her, because he's not ready to move out and do it yet. But so he's mad at his mom that she won't do it, and then deal with all the stuff that she's brought into the home, destroying her peace. Listen, it's time to go. Be careful out there. Be careful out there with letting people move into your house. He didn't take this well and asked me for more time. We got that to that part. Also, she has no relationship with either parent for reasons I don't know and never pressed about. Okay, do we wonder? I mean, I'm not saying there could be other things, but if she was behaving like this at her parents' house, that's probably why she's not there. And now she's in your house with your son, who's now upset with you because you won't tolerate her BS. I can't. I can possibly see why now. Oh, really? Can you? She says I can. Can you see why? Can you see why she's not allowed at her parents' house? She's using up all their laundry detergent, all their stuff. She's not working. She's not doing anything. And possibly she was bringing other people into their house. I don't think so. I don't think so. The small things that I ask you to do, like pick up after yourself, you don't want to do it. The sheer entitlement and lack of respect are so extreme, I wish I could explain better. Oh, honey, you don't have to explain. We see it. I can imagine that there's more to this. She's probably walking around the house dissing you. And when I say dissing you, oh my gosh, I'm telling my age right now. She's walking around the house like pretending like she owns the place. Yeah, because why? Because she's giving you like $100 a month rent. Look, take your $100, go find somewhere else, go find a room in somebody else's house, but you gotta go. And here's the other thing. When you move someone into your house and they start getting mail at your house, be careful. And especially like if they're paying you rent, like do you know you have to, after a certain amount of time, like you have to actually go get them evicted? Good luck with that. Stop moving people into your house that you don't know. And after 40 and after 50, as you're trying to find your peace, and especially if you're not capable of setting boundaries up front, you don't have clear boundaries yet, and you're just trying to find yourself and find your peace, this is not the time to be moving some 25-year-old into your home that needs help. And she's in your house sleeping in your son's room and you're already helping him. So you just adopted a 25-year-old. I don't think so. Oh, moving day is quickly approaching. Now that some months have passed, she convinced him that he needs to move with her so she can afford to live somewhere. She's been using this boy. He's about to get taken, and I can see why she's upset. This caused a significant increase in tension between my son and I because he had a well thought out plan to work his new salary job for several years while still living at home to be able to save a lot of money towards the purchase of a home at some point. I put him through college with no debt to him so that all his money could have been stashed away, which I was 100% behind this plan. Yeah, but now you are helping him, and then now he brought in somebody else for you to help. No, he's got to go. And if he wants to live with her, he's got to take his money, and the plan has now changed. And I know that's painful. As a parent, I know that's painful. That's not what you want to see happen, but we all have to learn our lessons. And are you going to give up your peace because your son decided he wants to move in some girl who doesn't want to do anything? She's working a part-time job, and then she's being disrespectful to you. This girl's being disrespectful to your mother. Like, you gotta go. You gotta go. But then again, with her having the lack of boundaries, she allowed this to happen. And, once you let the boundary get crossed, it gets harder to cross back the other way. It just does. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but I've been nothing but supportive his entire life and provided him the best possible childhood. Of course. So now he's like, well, you did it for me and I have a friend that needs help. Well, why can't you help her out too? Because if I wanted another kid, I would have had another kid, and I don't have another kid. I've raised you. I've done my part and I'm good. She's got to go. I'm not trying to raise another child. No. Moving day is quickly approaching, and he doesn't even barely speak to me anymore. Because she has convinced him that his mom is manipulative. Oh yeah, she has convinced him that his mom is manipulating. She's controlling, and that, you know what, we love each other. We're gonna move out together. Yep, let him move out with her, honey. He can always come back. You know what? That plan that he had with you, let him go. He can come back, because you already had a plan that he could stay with you for a few years, but he can come back, and he can come back alone. And then make sure that you have some rules in place when he comes back, because he'll be back. He will be back. 9 out of 10 times in this situation, he'll be back, because she's she's convinced him. This girl has convinced him that, he's in love. He's 25. Hormones are flaring. She's sleeping with him, and she's in the room with him. But what he doesn't realize is that he has no responsibilities because he's at home. And when his girlfriend's throwing all the clothes all over the place, his mom is irritated and picking it all up. So he doesn't have to do it. So let him go move in with her and find out what it's like when he's going to work and he's paying all the bills. She's working part-time, sleeping the rest of the time, and he's coming home and having to do dishes and clean up everything. Let him go find out how much fun that is. Sometimes we just gotta F around and find out. And sometimes, just like we effed around and find out, sometimes we gotta let our kids F around and find out. Because you need your peace. Oh, should I mention, this is not an issue about the girl not being good enough for my son's situation either. Oh, yes, it is. I don't care what she says. Yes, it is. She doesn't think he's good enough for her. She's not doing the things. She's not even seeing the picture. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, we don't get to decide who is good for our kids. Our kids get to make the decision, but then they get to also reap the rewards of the decisions that they make. And I'm not going to reap them for you, and you're not going to mess with my peace because you've made a decision that you think is good for you. If you think it's good enough for you, then go rent an apartment with this girl and go take care of her, because that's what you're going to be doing. Since I told him she needed to go, she'd never spoken a single word to me in my house, and that's been several months. Oh, really? Let me tell you what. In my house, her stuff would be at the front door. And if he wasn't happy, I would be like, here's your stuff too. You're welcome to go with her. But this is not happening. Do you see how disruptive this is? When you bring someone into your house that you don't know, and it's just not worth it. And then you don't set any boundaries. And here's the thing. You set boundaries, but do you understand what you're getting into? Even if you set the boundaries. Like, do you understand the legal part of it, of moving somebody into your home and how hard it is to sometimes get them out after you let them come in? Do you understand that people have toxic behaviors? Like, she's been walking around the house for months mad because she told her she had to pick up after herself, or that she had to get ready to move. Now you're going to be in my house disrespecting me and not talking to me. And now I have to deal with that while I wait for you to leave. Listen, is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? Oh, last, I'll add that I've caught her stealing my things multiple times. Why is she not at her parents' house again? Why? That's why. She's caught her stealing her things and she doesn't know I know. So this girl is in your house stealing your things and you're afraid to tell her that you know. Where's the police report? Oh yeah, she's trying not to hurt her son's feelings. Look, they just have to go. Be careful. She should have never moved in. I know we feel sorry sometimes for our kids. We want to help them, but we want to help them. We're not adopting other kids to help unless that's a choice, unless you signed up for that. This is not what she was signing up for. She said, I'm at a loss on how or if to continue trying to keep some kind of relationship with my son now. Look, you'll always have a relationship with your son. He's got to go. He's going to be mad until you let him move and go move in with her. And this girl just completely shows her ass. He's going to be mad. You can leave the door open. When he's ready, he'll come back. And if he doesn't want to talk to you right now, like, who said that your kids get to go meet people, bring them home for you to take care of? No, that's not how it works. And already you're doing extra because he's 25 and he's with you. A lot of parents tell their kids they got to go at 18. So you're being a really good mom by letting him be at your house at 25, live there until he could accumulate money. But now he's brought in somebody who's completely been disrespectful. She's turned his head, so to speak, against you, turned him against you. And now it's just time to go. Yeah. She's like, I've put all my needs last to raise the kids because she was a widow. So now she's got to bring in a girlfriend and raise her too? No. Anyway, Oh, I think I've talked enough. I don't know. I think that she just needs to let him go, do his thing, and leave the door open, maybe. This will be a good time to start setting some boundaries after she gets them out so that when the son comes back, because he will be back when he comes back, so that she can have some boundaries set with him about what the expectations are. And maybe he won't be back. Maybe he'll break up with the girl and then be on his own or whatever. But it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you've had to deal with anything like that. Let me know what advice that you would give to her or anyone that is in a similar situation. And yeah, be safe out there. Be safe out there and hit that like button, subscribe. Drop me a heart in the comments so that you can show me some love, because I am here showing you love and bringing you these truths that are hard to hear. Sometimes our hearts get ahead of us. It's like we do heart over mind, and then we just get our peace stolen from us. And around here, we're not shrinking anymore to make anybody else feel good, and we're not giving up our peace to make anyone else feel good. All right? Thanks for joining me on You Can't Handle the Truth. Drop a comment, give some advice, and I will see you in the next one.
This is your space to grow, glow, grieve, and get real. Welcome to the mic. Welcome to the movement. Welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth.